Hello everybody, I'm back. Yeah, school's still going pretty crazy, so try to slip in as many boxing vids as I can because I have learned quite a bit within this past, like 3 weeks in boxing. So, yeah, a lot of the things that I've learned um, aren't really from the boxing gym or the coaches per se. Um, like, especially with a lot of footwork. I haven't, I'm, or I haven't been taught any specific footwork from my coaches or anything, but from snooping online and looking up some techniques and things like that and studying videos, um, I ended up learning three footwork techniques that are freaking amazing. So, the first technique that I learned um, was so I have this kind of step right here where if I'm like throwing a slip jab or something, or just a slip, a punch, and then if I need to shift my weight or get to that guy's side a bit better, then I just shift my weight like this and I could go for it, right? So in real time, I could get my footwork in it. So I could be like, yeah, so that'd be like a real time kind of situation, right? And this is actually a good thing to learn a bit is the little slip jab because it's still kind of a defensive kind of thing too. You're still gauging distance, and you have this guy kind of powered up, and you're confusing your opponent, right? Because he might think that you're throwing a right. So, but if you don't, you might be like, okay, I'm still trying to figure something out, and then you could get in whatever opening, whether if it's a hook or pretty much anything, right? This is, if he's guarding this, this is going to be open. If he's guarding this, this is going to be open. And hitting, hitting like near the temple or pretty much anything in the head, like here at that angle, is just, it's good. That's why Mike Tyson was able to do that a lot with his left hooks. So that's like a legit foot movement. They call it Cus D'Amato step. And then the second one, which is the Muhamad Ali cross step. So with the Cus D'Amato step, as you can see, it's still pretty much offensive, right? Like I kind of want to be able to slip or have something, right? But with Muhammad Ali, he was a bit more of a defensive fighter. So instead of having his leg a bit more short, his right leg, he actually goes for a full cross step just like that. So he actually goes right here, and then this is still like I don't have to go forward or anything, and it's actually really good. So I could throw in some jabs, have a cross step, do all sorts of things. So that's the second one. And then this one, I think I made it up, but I'm not sure. I don't know, people who've been boxing for millennia have come up with whatever techniques. But, so, one that I kind of came up with on my own, rather than the cross step, I'll call this the reverse cross step because I'm going behind my lead leg. But if I do or not a reverse, but let's say a back cross step. Yeah. Back cross step would be like that. And then I have the front cross step, which is a lot more aggro and pretty cool actually. So with this one, instead of going with the Cus D'Amato step, I'm actually going to be able to do a front cross step, right? So I'm kind of crossing my legs right here, but the second I get onto my foot, that's when I'm transferring all of my momentum into that. And then I could do the same thing with my left side as well. And then, yeah, so that would be like my left and right. My left side, if I was doing like southpaw, it's not as strong, but sometimes you could end up like, especially with the front cross step, so if I go in a jab, and then notice how close I am, right? So I'd be a bit farther, but, right? And then the second I'm right here, now I'm southpaw, right? And now my stance just switched, and I could, you know, just step whatever, but yeah, I could keep it like this, just boom, kind of like that. So yeah, still got to work on my southpaw stance, but yeah, so I learned a bit of that. Yeah, stuff I didn't really learn from the gym or anything, just from videos of practicing out, and actually practice this out on the heavy bag and stuff, and I think it made me look pretty good. But or at least I felt really good. Especially if you're just kind of hitting the bag like this, just and then doing Cus D'Amato steps. It's really good with the heavy bag. Now, if you're like really close to the heavy bag and you could barely tap it with your jab, then if you do it right, and it's kind of weird when you hit a heavy bag too, because sometimes it would go here, but if it ends up kind of swaying, you could actually judge it to where if you do this, you actually end up behind the bag. In a sense, if you do it correctly. Yeah, that's obviously not beginner stuff, and probably not really what you should do with a heavy bag, but being able to do the front cross step and being able to close in and have the opponent thinking, because if he's just looking at my feet, that would be great, because, you know, so whenever boxers be trying to fight, right, you don't want to look at like just their head, or like you want to have their entire body visualized. And all of this, you know, the feet work stuff, depending on how close you guys are, that's actually kind of a bit more peripheral, but less telegraph, right? Because he might just think that I'm going like this, right? The normal way that I learned for getting to the side is literally just a step in like that, right? I could, you know, so you have, you know, all sorts of ways of getting to the side, or finding angles and things like that, and yeah, so it's actually pretty good. So yeah, I don't know. I'll definitely give that a try, because do I ever see it in gym? Nope. Do I ever? Yeah. I don't know. My mind's kind of all over the place. But yeah, you don't really see. I don't know. Maybe I've seen this a bit. Maybe with some sparring matches that I saw, but I've never seen this one before. And I don't see anybody doing that. Yeah, plus, I don't know, it's just kind of a style thing, I guess, but there are different ways, and I'll definitely utilize all three of them, because I like this if I don't want to go in. If I'm like, okay, you know, he might be running at me, right? He might be coming towards me, and I might not want to do a whole spin a Rudy, kind of like how Lomachenko was able to do that. How he was able to get behind his opponents all the time is because his footwork and how he was able to just be so confident with his stance. Yeah. So, I don't know, this is kind of my little short tutorial video on those 3 stances. I'm definitely going to utilize all of them, so I've been using the Cus D'Amato one a lot more with the heavy bag, but the cross step, or the back cross step I'm at, the Muhamad Ali cross step is actually really good for defense. Unfortunately, I'm not a defensive fighter, but I can implement it. Right, I could do multiple of these crazy stance kind of stuff, right? I go here, right? I could circle around people. I could get off the ropes pretty easily, like if I'm behind the ropes and someone's got me. I mean, I could try to get out, right? I just go, right? Something like that. But yeah, getting out of really sticky situations like that, that's how Muhammad Ali ended up being a really great boxer. And then the Cus D'Amato step was the reason why Tyson became a boxer, or became a great boxer, or at least contributed to a lot of his knockouts. And then my goal is to revolutionize this kind of technique right here. But revolutionize it. Alright. Anyways, yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Yeah, thanks for watching my videos. More is going to be coming up pretty shortly. If you guys want to learn a bit of basic mathematics, physics, things like that, videos are going to be coming up pretty shortly for that. Yeah, as far as like with math and physics, not many people like it. I understand. I didn't like it either when I was a kid. But I feel like it's just something that you just kind of have to be taught, like kind of in a way to where it kind of you know, creates a bit of curiosity and fascination for the stuff, right? So starting from like ground 1, working up, and just kind of, I don't know, have a bit of fun with that. I like talking about math and physics and all that kind of stuff as well. So yeah, see a couple of videos on that. Starting with let's say like a physics 1 course, but my own way of doing it. But yeah, thanks a lot, everybody. Peace.